Okay, this is the last trigger we are going to implement here is by this trigger, we are going to implement a custom roll-up summary. What is the meaning of the custom roll-up summary? Have you done roll-up summary on the master data relationship or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
means what is the meaning of the roll-up summary there? We are going to calculate the
Sum
count
of-
of the child records, count of the child records of the parent. Is it right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Something
The
like
same thing that we are going to create when we have the master data relationship between the object is right. We are going to calculate the roll-up summary if we have the master data relationship between the object and object. Is right or not? అంతేనే కదా మాస్టర్ డీటెయిల్ ఉంటేనే కదా రోల్ ఆఫ్ సమ్మరీ క్రియేట్ చేసేది.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Roll up summary.
But here between the object and object I don't have the master data relationship. I have the lookup relationship. Okay, though it contains the relationship, though it contains the lookup relationship between the object and object, I want to create the roll of summary. That roll of summary is called as a custom roll of summary. If the object contains master detail, directly you can create the roll of summary on the parent object that will count the give you the count of the child records on the parent. Okay, the same thing I want to implement here is if the objects are having the lookup relationship. Suppose we have account and contact. We have account and contact. Account and contact both are having the lookup relationship. Okay, it contains the lookup relationship here. As per our theory, if we have the lookup relationship between the object and object, we cannot create the roll of summary. Okay, through configuration. Okay, if we have the lookup relationship between the object and object, okay, even that roll of summary option is not enabled there, right? So if we have the master detail and then only roll of summary can be enabled, we are going to create a roll of summary field on the parent object. Okay, and it's saying that the count of the child records, how many are there for the parent. The same thing we are going to create here, roll of summary, but if the objects are having the lookup relationship. Did you get my question or not? Did you get my things what I'm trying to say? అర్థమవుతుంది అసలు ఏం చెప్తున్నాను నేను? ఆబ్జెక్ట్ కి మధ్య మాస్టర్ డీటెయిల్ ఉంటే రోల్ ఆఫ్ సమ్మరీ క్రియేట్ చేస్తే అది మనకు తెలుసు. ఓకే, ఆబ్జెక్ట్ కి మధ్య లుక్అప్ రిలేషన్షిప్ ఉన్నా సరే రోల్ ఆఫ్ సమ్మరీ క్రియేట్ చేయాలి. ఎలా? Did you get my question or not?
Yes, sir.
Right? Okay, how we can create that one there? Means by the trigger we can implement it. The concept we can implement by the trigger there. Right? We can go for we can use here one thing there like what you can say. Suppose we have the lookup relationship. I'm going to create one field on the account object saying that the field name is the number of accounts there. Okay, number of contacts is the field I'm going to create here is there. Okay, underscore see on account object. Okay, account object is on account object. Okay, create a custom field there here. Create a custom field called, okay, for the custom field name number of contacts. Okay, that's a custom field we're going to create here with the number of data we're going to create on the account object here. So when we create a contact record, it has to get the total number of contacts, how many are there for the account. We need to get that count. If we delete a record there, we need to get that how many contact records are deleted. It has to minus the deleted record, then the rest of the record it has to show on the account object. It means on the account record there. Means it has to get the update of the child records on the parent. Okay, we are going to use it here. How we can implement this? See, man. Let me go for man. You try to understand If you come to that, trigger best practices. Trigger best practice in Salesforce. You can enter the here. They're going to sit here. Simon, always try to use it here. Logicless triggers, we are going to use it here. Okay, means I'm going to write one class there. I'm going to write the trigger, okay, which contains no logic there. This trigger is going to call. This trigger is going to call the logic. Logic we are going to write inside the class. Are you getting? We are going to write without the logic. We are going to write the trigger. But the trigger will what the trigger will do here is, okay, the trigger will call the apex class. Apex class contains the logic solver. Are you getting? Did you understand? And while you're writing the trigger, we need to go for using the context mostly, and we need to bulk file by using the for loops there. Here we need to go for avoiding the DML operations and SQL queries inside the for loop there. We always should try to use the list collection, set collection, map collections, okay, and the filters in the queries there we need to use there. And are you getting? When you're querying, we need to go for fetching the large data there. So these are the best practice of the trigger that we are going to use it here. One of the things is logicless triggers, we are going to use it. Trigger we are going to use it here. The trigger we are going to write it. But through this trigger, we are going to call the apex class. That apex class contains the logic to implement here, right? So we will go for creating this one thing there. See this one. Whenever a requirement is like this, whenever new contact is created, okay, new contact created, or we can say that deleted. New contact is created, deleted. Okay, we need to update. Deleted. Update the number of. Okay, we need to update number of contacts. Okay, number of contacts, how many are there here? So we need to update number of contacts, how many are there for that account. Okay, contacts for the account, you can say that for the account. Whenever the new contact is created or deleted, update number of contacts for the account. Okay, or for the parent, we can say that like this. That's the requirement here. This. Okay, let me go for implementing the same thing there. See, develop apex triggers. Simon, generally in the role of summary, what we are going to do, if I take the edge communication record, see, it is account record there. For this account record, how many contacts are there? How many contacts are there, man?
4.
4 is the count. That count I need to see on the parent record there. That's the role of summary we are going to create. If you have the master data. But between this account, right, and the contact, we have the couple relationship. Still, we need to get the count of this child records. How many are there for this account? That count we need to get it on the parent record there. That's our requirement. We are going to implement this. Okay, we can say. Let me go for implementing this. Okay, make the duplicate. Click on the setup. Open your developer console. File, new apex trigger triggers. Okay, and File in Apex trigger. Trigger name is something you can say. Contacts count trigger. Contacts count on account. So we are going to implement it on the. We need to get the contacts count there, right? So we need to implement it on the contact object. Okay, save it here. Mean every time, try to understand every time that you're trying to create a record, after creating the record as well as after deleting the record there, we need to get that update of the contacts on the account here is. Okay. The record contact record create chesna, I account any count on this order. Contact record delete chesna, I account any contacts in the chupinchana. That's the thing we are going to get it here. Right? So what we need to do here, after inserting the contact as well as after deleting the contact, also we need to get that update there. Okay, I'm writing a simple context there. If trigger dot is insert. Okay, as well as we can say that. Okay, trigger dot. Okay, is after this. We are going to use it here. This there we need to call here the class name dot method name. We need to call it here there. Okay, with the trigger dot here, right? Else we need to go for. Else we need to go for here. This it has to call again the class name dot method name. It has to call with the trigger dot word. It is for the deleting there here. Trigger dot word we are going to use it here. This is a trigger. That is done. Okay. Here we don't have the class name there. See that? It has to actually provide the class name and the method name. I'm going to use this. Okay. Class name is not there. That's why it's showing there. But I'm going to create an Apex class there here. Take the Apex class. Okay. Like trigger contacts is the class I'm going to create here. This is the class name there. And here in this class, I'm going to write a method, the static method. We are going to use it here, like static something void, some method I'm going to use it here. Update contact is the right, or you can say increment or decrement contacts. Contact is method there. Means that's the method name I'm going to use it here. Okay. That you are going to use it here, mean I need to go for passing the parameters for the contacts to the account there actually. So I need to go for the list of contacts. I'm going to pass to the account there here. List of contacts are to be called here. I'm going to say it here constant. Okay. After this is okay. Look at that. Okay. And I'm going to use a logic there here. Very simple logic. I'm going to use it here. Simple logic means I can say that first thing is two logics we are going to implement there. Logic one is okay. Logic one is there. Whatever the contact that you are passing here is okay. Right? These contacts, what are the contacts you are passing here is these contacts are belongs to account or not. We need to check it. That's the first thing. First class. Suppose if they are belongs to the account there, those contacts which you are passing are belongs to the account there, and we need to fetch those account records with the contacts there. We need to fetch the accounts, along the accounts we need to fetch the contact also there. Are you getting? And in the first logic we have mentioned already contacts are belongs to account there here, And what you are fetching the query values are belongs to query values are available in the accounts which I have mentioned already earlier or not. We need to check it here. Okay, first what we are going to, okay, whatever the contacts that you are going to pass, those contacts are belongs to account or not, we need to check it here. Whenever you create a contact there, right? Or when you pass the contact there, those contacts are belongs to contacts are having the relation with the account or not, we need to check it here. That's the first logic. Second logic is we need to go for fetching the accounts. Along with the accounts, we are going to fetch the contacts there. Those contacts are there in the first logic or not, we are going to check it here. Accounts and contacts are there in the first logic or not, we are going to check it here. If it contains there, what we need to do? Okay, what we need to do here? The number of contacts on the account, we are going to get, we are going to calculate the number of contacts on the account, number of contacts we are going to get here. How we are going to get here? With the accounts related contact size, we are going to get that number of contacts there. That's the logic. Our logic is going to finish there here. First, you do one thing there here. Take this class name, and you can provide here this. Here also class name there. Take the method name, and you can pass it here in place of this. Now you are not going to get any error there in this one. Okay, man. So when the record is created there, the trigger is going to fire. Sorry, when the record is inserted there, this trigger is going to fire. When the record is deleted, this trigger is going to fire. When this trigger is going to fire, it's going to call the class. The class contains the method there here. And there in this class and the method, we have the logic. Okay, we have the logic targeting to get the update of the count of, to get the update of the number of child records for the parent. Okay, first we are going to write this. I'm going to use it here, set collection there. I'm going to use a set of IDs there here. Those IDs have to be like, we can say some ACC ID equals to new set of IDs. I'm going to use it here. Okay. Next thing is an apex class I'm writing there. Next thing is there here. What you are passing the contacts, we are going to take this, passing the parameters with the contacts, those contacts. Okay. I'm going to copy into some C there here. Okay. The C belongs to, right? Now you can say that here from this one there. Okay. The counts are C to this ACC ID, to this ACC ID, sorry, to this ACC ID, you can say that. Okay, to this ACC ID, we are going to add here, relation based contacts we are going to add here. This means relation based means we can say that contact. C dot account ID, I'm going to use it here. There. Is that? Are you getting? Means these contacts are belongs to these contacts. We are going to see that C dot account ID is there on the contact. C means contact. Cons can be copied to the C. C means contact here. Contact account ID means these contacts we are going to add into this account here. This means these contacts are belongs to this accounts. That's the logic one we are going to implement here. Save it. Okay. Oh, here we need to provide that semicolon there. Then you can save it. Spelling mistake is there here. Further contact. We can say it. After this, the logic one is finished. Next thing is we need to go for fetching. Here the list of accounts which contains the contact there. List of accounts we are going to fetch here is okay. They have to be called some ACCS. We are going to fetch this query there. Query there. Select ID. Okay. See, man, I said already one thing there. We need to create a custom field. This custom field we need to create there here. This is the custom field we need to create on the account object first. Look at that. And then only we can continue this logic. Build, customize, go to the accounts, go to here, the fields. Go to the custom fields and relationships, new. I can go for creating with the, you can say here, number of data. Is it this number of contacts? Okay, I'm going to create on the account. Equals well, go to the next. You can click on the save. So come to this tab. See here, somewhere else you are going to get this field with empty value. You are going to get this. Where is that? Number of contacts is empty there. Field is created there on the account. Good. Then we can go for continuous logic there. Now we need to fetch the account records. Along the account records, we need to fetch the contacts there. Right? Okay. Fetch it, select ID. And what's the field name? We are going to get here this. What's the field name? See this? Number of contacts. Underscore C is the field name. We are going to get here this. Underscore C. Or you can go to the fields, you can copy that field there. Okay. From account, we are going to fetch it here this ID and this number of contacts field from the account there. Along this, we need to fetch here this contacts also there. Put a comma, inner query I'm writing there. Select ID from contacts. Plural, we are going to use it here. Where when you're fetching this one, I need to check these accounts if the contacts are there, contacts are belongs to the ACS ID or not there. Those are there in the ACS ID or not, we are going to check it here. Where this ID means account ID. Okay, will be there in ACC ID or not, we are going to check it here there. Okay, after this. If those are there here, man. Okay, those records which are fetching accounts with the contacts, right? Those records will store in the ACS. For those records, I'm saying it here for loop. Okay, those records I'm going to copy into some variable called some A. A means account there. Again. So all the accounts with the contacts will be there in the A. Okay, now I'm writing a simple logic there. What is that? Okay, A means accounts, right? Okay, A means accounts. Accounts, number of contacts. Account related number of contacts means accounts contacts we are going to get here. So look at that. Let's say accounts. Accounts means A. A number of contacts we are going to get it here. There. How we can get that number of contacts there? We are going to get it from the accounts related contacts dot size. We are using the method there here. From this we are going to get it here. Okay, accounts related contact size is nothing but here is number of contacts for the account. A means accounts related contacts dot size means accounts contains the number of contacts, its size. The size is nothing but the A dot number of contacts here. We are going to get it here, and then we can go for updating those records there. Update those ACCS here. Why we are using this update DML operation there? Sometimes that you may delete the record, sometimes that you may insert the record. After inserting the record, after deleting the records, we need to get that update on the accounts number of contacts. That's a thing. Okay, the logic is finished there. Here we can go for using this one. Okay, so we are going to check it here. Okay, refresh the record there. Refresh the record means here. Let me go for this edge communication. I'm going to create one already 4 contacts are there here. Let me go for creating one more contact for the edge communication. Go for the contact, new contact. I'm creating Deepak sub DC and select of this account here. Account is, for example, I'm going to take the edge communication. I'm going to use it here. This is the account. Okay, we are going to take this one there. Deepak is the contact. We are going to assign it to edge communication, and you can click on the save there. Record can be there. Okay, record is saved here, and for the edge communication, let me come to the edge communication main record here, parent record. Okay, you are going to get this update here if you refresh this record. Look at that. Are you getting the number of contacts here? How many are there?
Yeah.
How many are there? Right? Can you find here 5 records are there or not?
Yes.
Okay. Suppose I'm going to delete one record there. I'm going to delete Kiran there. Delete it. Okay. Your attempt to delete Kiran activities could not be completed because it is associated with the following cases there. Okay, it may fall in the following table is empty. It is because you do not have access to the records restricted and delete there here. Okay, we do one thing there. Case record is there with this one. Case record is created. That's why it's not accepted there. We'll do one more record. We can go for deleting one more record because we might have created the case record for that. Let me go for deleting this record. Okay, this record is deleted there here. What is the count we are going to get here is after deleting 4, right? This is the custom role of summary we are creating. Okay, this is the custom role of summary we are creating there. Okay, when the record is deleted, after deleting the record, we are going to get the update on the number of contacts for the account. When the record is created there, again we are going to get the update on the account record. Okay, that says here the number of contacts how many are there. That is nothing but the custom role of summary, right? We are going to use it here. This. అర్థమైందా లేదా ట్రై చేస్తారా హలో
సార్ యా సార్ స్మాల్ డౌట్ సార్
చెప్పండి
అదే ఇందాక కస్టమ్ ఫీల్డ్ మనము క్రియేట్ చేసాం కదా సార్ బై యూజింగ్ లాజిక్ ట్రిగ్గర్ ద్వారా క్రియేట్ చేయలేమా సార్ కస్టమ్ ఫీల్డ్ నెంబర్ ఆఫ్ కాంటాక్ట్స్ అని చెప్పి మాన్యువల్ గా చేయాల్సింది
ట్రిగ్గర్ ఫీల్డ్ క్రియేట్
చేయలేమా సార్ ఓకే
నార్మల్ ఫీల్డ్స్ క్రియేట్ చేసుకోవాలి దాని లాజిక్ లో రాసుకోవాలి
ఓకే
taking a practice and salesforce suggesting that you try to write the logicless triggers there here. Logic you are going to write somewhere else in this. Okay, and that logic you are going to call it the trigger variables. Take this. Okay, and put a heading there. Test the classes. Okay. ఫస్ట్ క్లాస్ మన రేపు చెప్తుండే ఈ ట్రిగ్గర్ మాత్రం ప్రాక్టీస్ చేసుకుని రండి కంపల్సరీ కొంచెం కొత్తగా ఉంది కాబట్టి మర్చిపోయాను నా వాయిస్ నాకు వినిపిస్తుంది రాస్తారు
Hello.
Have you finished the trigger?
Can you take yes sir. Can you take one example of recursive trigger?
Recursive means here is if the trigger is firing again and again there, that is nothing but the recursion. Okay, recursion means we are going to use the Boolean variable that you want to stop that recursion on the trigger. Just we are going to simply we are going to use the Boolean variable, right? Recursion means, for example, recursive triggers means we have written one logic there. The logic will implement to create a record, for example. Okay, but once the record is created, a logic is going to complete there, but the trigger will never stop there here. Again it will execute, again it will execute, again it will execute, again it will execute, like that. Okay, unlimited time, again recursion is going to happen there. So repeatedly the logic will execute there. That is nothing but the recursion of the triggers, right? But you want to stop that recursion of the triggers there, simply we are going to put a Boolean variable we are going to put there. Okay, insert that logic. That's the thing. Means the Boolean value true you need to provide there in this one there, so that the recursion is going to like public static Boolean. If the recursion is first time is going to run there here, first time equals to true we need to provide there. E is first time equals to true we need to provide there. Okay, and then the recursion is going to stop there. Got it?
Okay, got it.
And the test class you can see here, we finish as a trigger. Have you finished this trigger or not? కంప్లీట్ చేసుకొచ్చారా? ఐ ఫినిష్ ది ట్రిగ్గర్ నోట్. సరే కంప్లీట్ చేసుకోండి. ఓకేనా? విల్ స్టార్ట్ ద టెస్ట్ క్లాస్ టుమారో.
Okay, sir.
Correct.